Hello, welcome back. Art of Cycling. I'm Greg. This is the Tour de France. And happy Bastille Day. And to that end, I think we should show the French flag. I'd hoped to show one of the French riders, particularly Romain Gregoire, because he is the French champion, but not having the day they had hoped. Earlier, one of the team cars, we get to hear the team radios occasionally. And one of the riders said, one of the directors, sportifs said, well, you know, the Frenchies are at it, but then that's to be expected. Referring to all of the French riders who were initially trying to get it in breakaway. It's been a day of attempted breaks, none that really stuck until well into the race. And they've all been absorbed with, as we, where are we, about 55 kilometers to go. Just Romo, see if I can get his first name, Javier. I believe this is his second Tour de France. So he is the last one away, so it doesn't look good. And again, UAE are not letting anybody go. I think it's a little more understandable that they're riding for the stage than they were yesterday. So they ended up not happy anyway, so they spent a lot of energy. And I'm sure Pigago is like, go ahead, keep spending that energy. I don't care. Because he just has to sit on their wheels. But as the leader out on the first guy on the road, he's being followed closely by the sports director's car, which is what I'm drawing right now. There are quite a few referee cars, plus this is a referee motorcycle. As we went over the previous climb, you could see him standing up and signaling to the, well, I actually don't know who he's singing to. He will frequently fuss at the motorcycles, telling them to drop further back because they do create a bit of a slipstream. So it's important to get them to stay further away. Because they can affect, and you know, there was some complaint when Tade made his big move that the motorcycles were much closer to Tade than they were to Jonas. I mean, I think that's a bit of a stretch as a complaint. You know, I see a lot of times where people are just can't accept their own failure and blame others. look, I remembered to put the title on in a timely manner. You know, this whole tour, there hasn't been a cloud in the sky. I've done some paintings where the clouds really became part of it, but not this year. Of course, you know, it is another hot one today. I'm wondering if we're ever going to have rain falling on the tour. Of course, with it now having been so long since it rained, good old Pippin's going to serenade us again. With it having been so long since it rained, when it does, the roads are going to be really slippery. It's sort of how are the racers going to feel? Are they more hoping for the cooling part of the rain, or the better traction of no rain? Imagine right now, particularly mid-stage, they wouldn't mind a downpour, particularly if it happens on the climb and not on the descent. Just working through the color wheel as always. Warms and then cools. I do appreciate the couple of nice comments, particularly on the flip through. So if you haven't seen that, I do encourage you to go look. The previous post was a flip through blah, 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 of all of the unsold paintings I've created thus far. And we're selling a few, but we're a little behind schedule, guys, so let's get on with those purchasings. And you can do that by going to my blog, theartofcycling.blogspot.com, and I'll have that in the description as well. And while you're there, you'll find direct links to my website where you'll be able to purchase the paintings securely. And shipping is included in the United States. Little extra for overseas shipping. It's been a while since I've sold stuff overseas. Boy, is my dog got his knickers in a twist. So now, of course, we're moving into the cool colors. Look at that. I forgot something. Can you tell what? I'll finish this and then go back in and put in what I forgot. Do you see it yet? That's right. And now I even forgot that. Jiminy crickets, Greg. So now we go back and now we finished his bare leg. Let's finish his long shorts leg. And still staying with our cool colors. So I've had a number of people, Bridget, thank you, point out that the time-lapse videos are really cool and that I should get them onto the blog. Right now, technology is fighting me on that, but I do intend to make it happen. Thanks for the suggestion. While I have blue on the brush, paint this nice cloudless sky. Hope that didn't move it out of the frame for you. So it's just hazy and hot is the description of this Tour de France. Will that ever change? So now we just need to work on the landscape a little bit, and then we'll come back in and get the blacks in there. And so there are several kinds of perspective. Obviously the drawn perspective, things closer look larger. As you go into the distance, they're smaller. But they're also, you lose definition as you go further back, and intensity of color. So each excessive ridge is going to be fainter, have more of the sky color into it. And as we come forward, the colors get more intense. So one is called atmospheric perspective. Then you have the vanishing point perspective, which is things getting smaller as they go away. So obviously that motorcycle is much smaller than the cyclist, and the fans, guy in the foreground, very big arm, but you can see how small they get. And then the final form is, of course, overlapping. So Romo is drawn in front of the commissaire's vehicle. So that's the third kind of perspective. So now I'm just trying to build this black. Now, France TV, who they're the ones providing all of these images, it's their cameraman. And of course, we've seen their cameramen a couple times in the paintings. But they're the ones who are providing the images. So just about done. Time to remind you to give a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Both of those things will play with the algorithm and help others find this work. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already. I would truly appreciate that. And here we are, the last guy to be caught. Thank you all so much. See you tomorrow.